Hello everyone, welcome to this new TouchDesigner tutorial. In this tutorial we're gonna recreate this network for the next generative design chapter, that is the P224, and it's a network like this. It seems simple, but we have a script shop, and this script shop it's made with Python, but it's easy, I think. So yeah, we're gonna have uh, we're gonna end with something like this, and um, yeah, I'm gonna put this aside to guide me through, and I'm gonna show you this. That is the page for the of the chapter that we're gonna recreate in TouchDesigner. And this chapter uses the diffusion limited aggregation. That is this kind of pattern of aggregation. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna close this, and oops, sorry, I'm gonna have this open, and we're gonna uh, open a new TouchDesigner project. So first, we're gonna set the overall network, and then finally we're gonna make the Python code, right? So also I wanna uh, say to you that this is the most optimized version I find to make this. I really recreate this a lot of times, so I can um, end with the network that we saw in the beginning, and I hope you learned a lot of information out of this tutorial. So first, we're gonna divide this into panels, and in this one we're gonna select panel. We're gonna go up to the project layout, and we're gonna make the width 600 by 600, and we're gonna go to the look page and change the background top to point/bg. Okay, this is the things we need to do in the project. We're gonna go inside, and we're gonna put here a circle sub. This circle needs to be connect to a geometry. This um, geometry needs also a camera and a constant material. And then we're gonna add a render top. This render top needs to be in the common page 1280 by 1280. That is the maximum that it allows us to have the resolution in the free version of TouchDesigner. And we're gonna change the pixel format to 32-bit float RGBA. Finally, we're gonna add transform. These transforms, we need to set the background to white. This background is this line 255, so this needs to be 1 in all the boxes, and we need to turn this on, the comp over program color. Finally, we add a null, and this null will be called BG, so now we can visualize it right here, right? um, So yeah, that's it for the render network, the things we need. For now, we need to change also something in the camera later, but this will be later, okay? So first, we need to add a constant. This constant will help us to set the max count of the parameters. So I'm gonna put the name here max count, and for now we're gonna select 100 samples, right? Then this needs to be in the script shop. This script shop will calculate the new values, and these values will go to the instance page. Okay, let me see. Sorry, this needs to be a null. Sorry, null and rename to instance. Also, we need to add another constant. This constant will help us to define the first sample of or the first circle of the drawing, and we need to add here x, y, and r. Okay, then the x will be equal to parent dot width divided by 2 and parent dot height divided by 2, and the radius, if we go to the processing sketch, it's equal to 10. Okay, so 10, and this will be the initial values. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna explain you first what we need to do to make this to make this work in the right way. So I found that we can loop inside our memory. Our memory will be this instance page or instance chop, and as we will check in these values, we need to add sorry, we will check or we will compare in these values to this. So if we reference this operator, we need to add a feedback chop to avoid the loop warning. So we're gonna use feedback, and yeah, we will delete the warning using this feedback. So here the values are calculated, and we need to add, or we need to, yeah, we need to add this value to the previous value. So to make this, we need to use a join, and we can say that the previous value in this case will be the first value we have here. So to make this, we use feedback, because this will be our first value, and then we need to use a select, because once the first loop it's made, now the values that are here will be the initial values on this operation of add. So we can connect this to up, yeah, and yeah, that's it for now. Also, we need to because we are adding values and values and values, we need to crop the values that are not, that we will not use, and only leave the values that will help us to view this. Okay, so we need to use a trim for now, and that's it. Finally, this is not on the processing sketch, but we will add a reset value or a reset key. So if we hit that key on our keyboard, we will reset this network and start the drawing again, and we can avoid to only make the drawing once the TouchDesigner project is open. Okay, so we need to use the keyboard in. We will use the default key, that is the key 1. We use a rename to rename that key 1 to reset, and finally we will add a null, and this null will also rename to reset. So now we can start typing our code, right? So I'm gonna open this to edit contents. I'm gonna close this, no, and this is our script chop, and I'm gonna put the processing here so we can guide through. And finally, we're gonna start typing our code, right? So let's begin. First, we need, as we need to use random values, we need to import the random module. So I'm gonna type import random and put save. We can also view here to see that the errors or warnings that we will have. Also, we need to use the memory, some kind of memory of the current count of samples that we are having. So to make this, we need to delete this second value and here change to current count. Remember that the custom parameters needs to be named with uppercase always, and the label will be different to current count. And we hit save. If we go here and click setup, now in the custom we have the current count parameter. Okay, then after that we can start here on the cook, and we will type define parameters like comment, and the first parameters we need to add is these two. Also, we will add the reset parameter that we created to reset the drawing, and also we need to declare the width and the height. Okay, so max count, it's equal to script up dot inputs, the inputs 0, that is this one, and the channel 0, that is the only channel that it has, and dot eval. Hit save. Then current count, it's equal to the memory that we are adding the one every time the loop it's done. And this we will access like script up dot par, and the par that we defined before, current count, and hit save. And now you can see that we have something showing on the script. Okay, but this is like an error. Current, okay, current count, sorry for that. Now it's good, and then reset will be equal to the OP reset and the channel reset, and also dot evaluate. Okay, finally the width will be to script, sorry, this will be equal to parent dot width, and the height will be equal to parent dot height. Okay, then after defining the parameters, we need to set the sample length. Set sample length, and to set this, it's script up dot num samples, and this will be always equal to 1 because we need only the sample that we are calculating in that moment, right? Okay, after that we need to define the memory or the read samples, and we say that the memory and read samples are these ones that are evaluated here, right? So we're gonna make like x equal to op instance channel 0, and we can copy and paste to not spend so much time typing, so we can change to x, y, and r, and these are 0, 1, and 2 because that's the index of each channel. Okay, and this we did here. We'll also make a comment, so this comment will say define memory or slash read samples. we're gonna save this. The script is running good, and this operation that we do here is like to have these ones that are here, right? But I wanted to divide it to have a better of this understanding of what we are doing. So after this, we need to declare or define the output channels where we're gonna set the calculated values, okay? And this will be tx is equal to script up dot append chant, and this chant will be named x. And also we can copy and paste this 2 times. Oops, sorry. And change to ty and change to rad, because we need to avoid the declaration of the same parameter to avoid problems. And here the names needs to be changed to x, y, oops, sorry, x, y, and r. Okay. Right. So after this, we can start our program. If you see now, it's working good. So, but we are not calculating anything. And as you can see, we have the first channel, that is this one, and when we add with the calculated one, we have 2 channels. So we need to crop. That's because that's the reason why we have this trim. Okay, so let's start. We're gonna, it's very simple, very easy. So let's start. We're gonna comment start program, and we're gonna create random set of parameters. And as you can see, we're gonna put this. It's almost straightforward, but you need to remember that we need to make this with the Python language. So first, we're gonna type new r. It's equal to random dot rand range, and we're gonna go for a range from 1 to 7. Then new x, it's equal to random dot rand range, and this range will be equal to 0 plus new r and with minus new r. And finally, we can copy and paste this and change the x to y. This is the same, and here is height, okay, because we are on the y axis. After this, we're gonna type closest dist, it's equal to this value, and I'm gonna copy because of the zeros. We're gonna type float, and between parentheses we paste the value, and then float, sorry, closest index, it's equal to 0, and we save. Okay, so here it's sorry, here it's comma, and here it's also a comma, and yeah, now the error is gone, right? After this, we're gonna type which, with a comment, which circle is the closest, and here we're gonna calculate in a for loop in which circle it's the closest to add the new circle, right? So we're gonna make that for loop first. For E in range, and our range will be current count, as you can see here. We're gonna calculate inside this for loop new dist, it's equal to math, the module math, and the operation dist. And here we need to have two tuples of two values, and so the first tuple will be new x, new y, and the second tuple will be x of the memory sample, remember, but of the current channel that we are inside the for loop, and also comma y we can save. Okay, then after this we make the if new dist, it's lower than closest dist, or new closest dist will be equal to the new dist, the new distance calculated, and the closest index will change to the current sample. And yeah, that's it for the for loop. Then we need to align it to the closest circle outline, and this is here. Okay, so I'm gonna make this and we need to copy as it is. So angle will be equal to the math tan 2 equal to new y minus y of closest dist, comma new x minus x of closest dist. Okay, we're gonna continue and see what's happening. So then x of the current sample, and this we don't need to have current code because we are not adding this to the final sample length. We're calculating this from the memory, but we are adding this to the only sample that we defined here, that is this one. So that's why it has this 0. Okay, so this will be tx is equal to x of closest dist plus math dot cos of angle, and this will be multiplied for r of closest dist plus new r. Okay, and then we can copy and paste this to make the ty of 0, it's equal to y of closest dist, and here we change to sign, and the other things are the same. Finally, r, and in this case rad, because that's the name that we defined for this channel, of 0 will be equal to new r. Okay, and after this we only need to make this addition to the count, so we can make the loop more and more bigger as we are adding this new calculated circle. And this is commented to add 1 to count, and current count will be plus equal to 1, and script up dot par dot current count will be equal to current count. And that's it, but we need to see what is happening here. Line 54, maybe here is the problem. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Here is no closest. This is closest index. Sorry for that. Here is also closest index. Here is also closest index. We need to change all of these to closest index. Sorry for that. Closest index and closest index, and we save. And now line 49 says it has an error. Let me see why is this. And let me see. New X, new Y. This is good, and I think that the problem comes from because we are not using this addition. We have only this constant. So we need to drag this join to the select. So now our feedback or for loop that is outside this script top, it's doing good. That is the addition of the calculated the values that are calculated before with the new calculated value. And only we need to change here some parameters. The unit value needs to be changed to absolute, and the end will be the same as this current count minus 1. And now you can see that these are adding, but we are not calculating anything of them. So if we drag this join to this feedback, now we have these values. And yeah, we can now visualize this. So we need to change the camera parameters to orthographic, here to bottom left, the ortho origin, and the ortho width will be equal to parent dot width, right? And the constant, the color of the circles will be this one, that is the color 0 with an alpha of 150. So the color will be 0, that is black, and the alpha will be 150 divided by 252. And also we need to change the blending transparency and drag it to the material, and now it's good. We can't see it right now, but we are calculating. Okay, so I'm gonna open the instance page and drag the default the instance chop to the default instance up. We change here to X, Y, and the scale will be to R, and scale X and scale Y. And you can see that it's messing up. That is because we don't have the maximum the maximum count, and making this we don't have the limitation of the maximum count, so the program starts and goes to infinite. We need to make a condition and inside our script, and the condition will be here before all the program, and the condition is if current count, that is the value that we have right now, it's greater or equal than max count, that is our max count, will pass. We will not make any calculation. But if it's lower, we need to do all of these calculations, right? So if we save this and go back here, now it starts, well, it stops because now the condition is greater than the 1,000 samples that we defined here. I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner. Now we can see our sketch, and but the problem that we have now is that we can't clear and start the program again, and that's the reason that we declare this reset, right? So we need to go outside the condition and outside the for loop and make another if reset, then the script up dot par current count will be equal to 0. Okay, so we save, and if we hit 1, now the program starts again and we are done. As you can see, it's very easy. I really try to optimize this the best possible way I could do with the knowledge I have, and I got really happy with the result. Okay, so now you can start like changing here to the point you want to start the aggregation. Maybe it can be like I don't know, like divided by 3 and divided by 3, and it will reset. Now it change. Maybe let me see if we change to 1. Okay, so it's sorry, I forgot also to reset the feedback with the reset button. So um, the first value that we declare, it's the value that it's done, or that it's storage in this feedback. So we need also to reset this feedback every time we reset our program. So now we can have the aggregation. This is a first circle that is on 1 on X and 200 in Y, and you can see how it changed the aggregation. Okay, also you can I'm gonna go back here to this 1 divided by 2 and divided by 2. Remember that here we need to change to width, and you can change also the radius of the first circle, like 25, and you can see that is now bigger. And yeah, that's it. You can play also with the parameters that we define in the script, like this random range. You can use lower values, and the circles node will be very tiny, but you can see also this aggregation. You can also add more to the max count, so you can have more of this pattern of growing. Very funny to play with. Also, you can do whatever you want. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for following this tutorial. I hope you learn a lot. If you have any question, you can put it on the comment section, and I will try my best to answer you in the time. And also, I want to thank to all my patrons that are supporting me, because I've been a little bit inactive these last months, because there are a lot of things happening in real life. But I am very pleased that now I can have some time to share with you this knowledge. And really I want to thank to all the people that is supporting me. This project, as you can as always, will be available for all of you that are supporting me on Patreon. And yeah, we'll see you on the next tutorial. Thank you so much to everyone. Goodbye.